On Uncut, the Bitchy Gay Guy. I just got back from Vegas not too long ago, and it really pissed me off. I was in the Paris, and I was waiting in the line for the buffet, and it tends to happen more with foreign people, but it has happened more. It has happened with Americans, but it happened more with foreign people. Well, the person behind me happened to be foreign. He happened to be French. I don't care if he's French or whatever, but regardless of the point, I like my personal space, and I'm sure you do too. Well, I let some space between me and the people in front of me, which happened to be Asian, and the guy behind me kept coming up to my left, like I was in line, and in the buffet, and he kept on to like come over on my left and like ease forward, and I would like look at him and go to my left too, because basically he wanted to cut me, and it got to the point where his crotch was basically on my ass, and I guess, or I'm assuming that he was upset because my crotch wasn't on the Asian girl's ass in front of me. I guess he wants to be a pack of sardines, and that's what I'm bitching about, is the fact that, I'm gay. It's obvious, okay? I don't think this guy was gay at all. And whether you're gay or straight, unless I'm your boyfriend or your fuck buddy, I don't need your crotch to be on my ass. I want my personal space. And I know kids are like that. They'll like be real tied up, like trying to, go up a water slide, an amusement park or whatever, because they don't know logically that it's not going to make the line go faster. But you're an adult. You know that whether you pack a bunch of people like some sardines or you keep a person a quarter of a foot, 2 feet, 3 feet, 20 feet between you and the other person, you're not going to get there any faster. It doesn't make the line move faster. And some people don't use deodorant. They have body odor. I really don't want to smell your body odor. And being a gay man, I don't appreciate my personal space being violated. And the funny thing is like, I've had it where I was in line with like typical straight, masculine, butch male jocks. And they'll do the same thing. And I've seen them in line. Like, they'll huddle up. And I'm like, you're straight. You're so homophobic, but yet you'll stick your crotch and you'll let your buddy's crotch be on your ass. It doesn't make any sense. So it really doesn't have to do with the fact whether or not you're gay or straight or whatever. It's the fact that don't fucking put your crotch on my ass when I'm in line. And another thing that pissed me off is I would move up just a little bit because I had plenty of space between me and the people in front of me. So I moved up a little bit so I could get away from him. And what did he do? He moved up, but not like a little bit, like really quickly. Like he was like, in a rush, in a hurry. And he was even more closer to me. But I didn't continue to move up further because I didn't want to invade the people's space in front of me. And then he I don't know, you could just tell by his mannerisms and the way he was breathing and the sounds that he made, like a Neanderthal man, like trying to get some grub, It's like patience, okay? Wait. So that's what I'm complaining about today, is that people, and it happened actually 3 times. It was that incident, and there was another incident. I was at Harrah's in Vegas, and I basically had the same problem where I kept a good amount of space between me and the other person, and it was actually a couple, and they tried to cut me. And I looked over at them, and I'm like looking at them like, hello. And I was cut once at Walmart in customer service because I had a gap between, let's say you have the registers at Walmart and then you have the customer service and returns. Well, I look at it as the space between the two. People want to take their buggy and they're either going to go on the side of the registers out the right door or the side of the registers out the left door. But either way, I don't want to block that. So you have customer service and I want to make a gap. It's just like, for instance, when you're driving in a car and you're parked because there's a red light and you're on like a main street. You don't want to block an entrance to, let's say, a McDonald's because it's rude. So you leave a gap there. Well, it should be that way, like when you're, for instance, at Walmart. So I left a gap between me and the next person so that the people's buggies and the people can go in between the registers to get out of Walmart. Well, this lady, like, just cuts me in line. And I'm like, why'd you cut me? Because you weren't paying attention. I was like, I wasn't paying attention. First of all, how do you know I wasn't paying attention? Do you know my thinking processes and what I'm paying attention to? And she's like, well, you didn't move forward. And I'm like, you stupid fucking cunt. You stupid bitch. The reason why I didn't fucking move forward is because I was trying to be nice to leave a gap between me and the other person so that people's buggies can get through. So they don't have to say, excuse me, so you don't have a freaking traffic jam. So, does it happen with women? Yes. Does it happen with men? Yes. It seems to happen more, though, from what I've experienced with foreign people, though it's happened with Americans, it seems like to happen more often with foreigners that I've seen. It does happen with women, but overall in my life, I've seen it more with men. And when it comes to men, it's always stinking, smelly men that don't wear any deodorant, where I really don't want them next to me, or like the jock type of guys, Gay men, feminine men, girly men, they seem to take their space, or keep their space. I very seldom have had an issue where a feminine, typical gay man has put his crotch on my ass. He normally has his space and keeps his space. So there obviously is an issue here, and that is what I'm bitching about. Please feel free to put your comments down. And I don't know. That's all I got to say. This is raw and uncut, so I'm not going to do any editing. And I'm at 8 minutes.